finally. Welcome to the Chelsea Football Fancast, fueled by Guinness, powered by Celery, the show that would never have intimate relations with sheep. I'll let you ponder that for a minute. I am Stamford Chidge, and of course the name of tonight's show is the Chelsea Football Fancast, Lambs to the Slaughter, which is what Swansea were, I'm delighted to say, on Saturday. Now, Chelsea, I think, considerably upped their game against Swansea on Saturday with a 5-0 cull of the Swans. There'll be lots more animal analogies and metaphors in the show later, I promise. And in the process, of course, they played some superb football. Their build-up play and passing was out of this world, and they were even peppering the Swansea goal with shots from outside the penalty area, all too rare in my opinion this season. 1-0 up in 49 seconds is pretty good. But 4-0 up inside 35 minutes is very special. Or as Jose said, perfect. But was this the perfect performance? And are we seeing the best ever football played by a Chelsea side? All will be revealed later on. But before we get into that, joining me tonight is the lovely Sophie. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm confused at where to look today.
Well, you look in that one, love. You see, because I should tell the punters, shouldn't I? Really, we, I'm afraid, it's like, you know. There's only one wheel on our wagon, basically. We lost all of the cameras before we went on air, which is why we're late. And now we've got the wide camera, which is that one, which gets all of us in. And we have that one over there, which is... Can we go to... there we go. It's just me, you see?
Wouldn't you prefer me, everyone?
Yeah, but you have to get close to me to do that.
Oh, God.
Where's my special?
You don't have a camera, Jonathan.
Oh, OK.
We've told you about this before. Anyway, hello, Soph. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. All the better for seeing
things
you.
all over the iPad.
OK, so who have we got tonight? You have to do it in name order.
I do. Oh.
And there's no Dan.
OK,
That's a
so
clue.
we had the lovely Jonathan Kydd.
Oh, thank you.
Hey!
Thank you.
And we have Charlie Skillen, who writes for the Mail Online.
He does.
What do I do?
Hello.
Do you?
You know, what do I do?
You don't write for
Oh,
the Mail
he
Online.
worked Toy Story.
You were Rex in the Toy Story commercial. In fact, I actually heard that this week. It's quite bizarre.
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah. You managed to disguise your voice beautifully.
I was speaking like
Was somebody grabbing... Yeah?
I can do that.
Bit-
I find enough I can do that
a bit of that
myself.
going on.
I do that myself.
Or a bit of that.
I can do it internally.
It's good. Anyway, no benches this week because there aren't. I don't know why. So let's just skip that, shall we? What? What?
The camera didn't go right.
Didn't it? I didn't see,
come on.
luckily. We're getting rid of that one. Bye-bye, that bit of script. There you go. That's how we do it on this show. Now, on the show tonight, we will, of course, be kicking off with my ratings for the Swansea game. That's my ratings, thank you. Not Ross's, because he didn't send any in. And then we're going to be asking, is it all about confidence? And was it the perfect performance, or were Chelsea somewhat profligate? And why is Jose so grumpy? It's a very interesting question. Now, later on, we'll be awarding the fannies for the Newcastle game. That's last week's script. For the Swansea game, man of the match, chart of the match, Guinness and Celery moments. And guess what? I didn't put them up on the website before the show, again, for the second week running. So we'll get a free vote, and I will try and get them on this week. But I'm a very busy boy at the moment, so that's my excuse. Now, after all of that, we're going to be rounding up the Chelsea news from the week, including a look forward to what I like to call the Capital Semi that's happening tomorrow. Or if you prefer, the Pt.1 Cup semi-final first leg against Liverpool. And of course, we might even get a smattering of transfer rumour. And Jonathan, of course, will be wrapping up by revealing Chelsea Chatter's stats for this week. And we've got a few email questions for you.
Lovely.
We have. There's one that's not even made into the script, but I'm going to try and squeeze it in.
Do so.
But considering the fact that we've lost about 15 minutes of airtime, then... we'll see what we can do. Anyway, what else can we do, Sophie, on the show tonight? Here's your little bit of script. What do you reckon?
It is, but nobody can see me. This is awful.
I can on the wide. Look at that camera.
That's no good. Nobody wants
Look at that
that.
camera. They can still see how beautiful you are. It's all right.
You can tweet into me.
Make your personality a bit bigger.
You have to exude.
Yeah.
You can tweet into me at Chelsea FanCast, or you can listen in on Mixlr,
I can do this now. I've never used to be able to do this.
which is mixlr.com/Chelsea-Fancast.
Marvellous. You're such a professional.
Well, yeah.
You're scowling a bit, but
scowling
it means giving me a bit of a thunderous look.
No,
I don't blame you.
I like
would.
the cameras.
Yes, I know, Sophie, but, you know, this is how you roll. You know, the show must go on. It's show business, all right?
Right.
So we've got 2 cameras, and that's all we've got
You could always imagine that we were just doing a podcast.
You could.
Yeah.
You've done a podcast with us before?
Yeah.
Nobody saw you then?
Exactly.
You sulked that night,
It's
as I
all
remember.
right, yeah.
Anyway, enough of Sophie sulking. Let's do some match ratings for the Chelsea-Swansea game coming up in a camera. There we go. So we've got Soph.
We've got Czech as a 7, Ivanovic 8, Cahill 7, Terry 7, David Luiz. No, David Luiz. Oh my God, there's something wrong with me. I'm so sorry. Felipe Luiz 7, Fabregas 9, Willian 7, Matic 8, Oscar 8, Hazard 7, Costa 8, and then substitutions: Remy 6, Ramirez 6, and Schürrle 7.
Marvellous.
Then they're yours, are they?
They are all mine. What do you think of them, Jonathan?
I don't think
very poor.
Schürrle shouldn't have got 7.
Why not? He scored a goal.
Yeah. But, he prevented Oscar from scoring a hat-trick.
But he needed the goal more than Oscar.
So you reckon what, to get his confidence?
And that's why I gave him the extra point.
And let's face it, had Oscar chancely missed it and Schürrle had the chance to put the ball in, what do you think the reaction would have been from Jose Mourinho? Don't go for glory. Just get
I agree. And actually, do you know what?
I thought you'd have been backing me up there because you're Oscar's fan.
I do love him, but
Soph's on the money.
Team.
Sophie's on the money with this. Me and Charlie were talking about this before the show started, and I said much the same. Was it you I was talking to? Maybe it was Steve. I don't know. Anyway, the bottom line is that if Schürrle had left that for Oscar, I would have been thoroughly peed off because, you got to score the goal. And it's not like, I'll go on after you, Claude. It's not about that.
He did have his head in his hands, though, Oscar, after that. Did you?
Yeah, but you would be, wouldn't you? That's a natural reaction.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I mean, equally, if Oscar was not peed off by the fact that he'd just been denied a hat-trick, I would have been very cross with him. Yeah. Because you want,
It's all positive. It's all positive. The other things, I think you're being a bit unfair on the defence, because everybody else was playing so wonderfully. Why you should give them 7? Why don't you just give them 8?
Because
it was one of the great first-half performances of the modern time.
Yeah, there are a few too many 7s.
We'll get into that, as always.
Not even just Chelsea, from any team.
You have a condition. It's called premature ejaculation.
I know, I get in there soon,
you sit here and you get into the meat and potatoes.
I know, I can't help it.
This is meant to be a children's show.
It's wet.
I don't know, but it's not on after 9.
So, have you ever met any children's presenters?
No, but it's not on after 9.
Do you know what? I have this on, and Jonathan will back me up on this. Every single children's presenter that I've ever worked with have usually been the biggest filth monsters I've ever
probably,
met.
But
Filthy.
I mean, you know this because you've been a children's presenter, haven't you?
I was, actually.
Yeah, there you go. They're filthy.
No, I was working with puppets, though. They weren't really very
They're
filthy.
even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes from having a lifetime having somebody's hand up your bum, really, doesn't it, I suppose?
Anyway. I do actually think Oscar deserves a bit more than an 8.
Such a pro.
I was going to say,
No, I'm not even being, what's the word?
I don't know.
Biased, there you
Biased.
go. But no, from his goal from the start, first 50 seconds, that gives a whole boost to the team. And then he was just brilliant.
All right, Charlie, who stood out for you, son?
hate to say it, I actually agree with Sophie.
Oh, come on!
I think he deserved a 9. I think, and it was really good to see.
Yeah. What about all the passes he kept on putting into touch?
They all deserved 9s.
No,
he scored 2 goals.
They did. It was
really,
one of the great performances.
It was very, very good. It was really pleasing to see because Oscar's been a little bit wider.
I've got to interrupt you, Jonathan. Can you sit up, please? Yes. No, you need to sit up. You need to bring your chair in. Move it move it round this way a bit, okay, and then you sit up straight. And this isn't me saying this. I've actually been looking at the comments that people leave on the YouTube channel, which are enlightening. And one of them a couple of weeks ago, I was going to do this.
Jonathan is asleep.
And they said, can you do something about that funny-looking bloke on the right? He's the one that's always got his coat on and looks really scruffy, and he always slouches.
I shouldn't have posted.
And
that
I said,
really.
I promise. Was it you? I said, I promise I will tell him. So it's not me. Sit up. That's it. Right. Arched, remember what your mum said. Shoulders back.
They didn't put funny chap on the right. They didn't do that.
You read it then? Yeah. That's just brilliant. Remind me what they said.
No, I don't think they did. Can we move swiftly on, please?
Actually,
at least I know he watches the show, unlike me. I just look at the comments. Where were we before I got rudely interrupted? Yeah. You think that... I just want to go back to this Oscar thing, actually, because... The reason I marked Oscar down, I mean, he scored 2 goals, and they were superb goals, and he nearly scored a beautiful one, again, with the outside of his right foot. But he was a bit, some of his passing was a bit shonky.
No, but I mean, when we had so much possession, we were so dominant, when all the team's attacking players going through, Hazard and Oscar in particular, some of those passes are going to go astray. I think it was really pleasing to see, because he was massively wide of the mark against Tottenham. He hasn't quite been on... he hasn't quite been delivering.
Best game of the season.
Yeah, he hasn't quite been given the end product that we sort of come to expect from him. was really pleasing to hear.
You're going to be really cross with my man of the match nominations, I feel.
Can we just say how completely brilliant Fabregas was?
Fabregas was unbelievable.
You gave him 8, didn't you?
No, I gave Fabregas 9. He is.
I forgot they were briefly up there.
Well, he is my man of the match because I think that Fabregas was involved in absolutely everything that was good about Chelsea, and a lot was good about us on Saturday. But Fabregas was at the heart of it. The other reason why I've given him the highest marks, and he will be my man of the match, is because I think he and actually Matic absolutely took that game by the bull of the horns, and they dominated midfield. And that's one of the reasons I think why Swansea didn't get a look in. You know, they just didn't know how to cope with Matic and Fabregas.
They weren't bad. They were just completely overwhelmed.
They were.
Well, for that devastating 40 minutes, and then we just killed the game.
Was a bit,
exactly.
Anybody else catch your eye, Charlie?
That's high pitch, wasn't it? Like I said, I mean, I generally agree with them. I don't think Hazard, obviously he was brilliant. I don't think he completely stood out like he usually does. I agree with Fabregas.
Game, really,
Fabregas and Oscar having the highest marks, really. Just on Jonathan's point about the defence having a 7, Terry actually came out after the game and said, I didn't actually have to do anything. I spent most of the game. Applauding the people in front of me.
I think I was being quite fair with defence because it's easy to mark them down because they didn't have to do anything. But I think that's irrelevant. They kept a clean sheet. I gave Brenner an 8 because of course he was so instrumental in that.
I think that's right. I think that's right.
We need to really go to a break, people. We need to go to a break. So we will be back to talk more about the Chelsea-Swansea game in a nanosecond. See you in a sec.